Zazu's a true Muskoka. I grew up in Court Lakes, but I spent summers in Muskoka. But Zazu, we kept joking when we were making Mild Ass, like it was kind of a little bit of your life. I feel like we stole.
Truly, yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I think like as somebody that grew up in Muskoka, the idea of getting to design something that took place there in a place that's like so close to my heart was just, I mean, how could I say no, you know?
My name is Megan Park, and I am the director, writer, producer, and co-showrunner of Sterling Point.
And I'm Zazu Myers, and I'm the production designer of Sterling Point. Megan and I initially met making this other movie, Mild Ass, a few years ago. And now we've had the like absolute joy last year of making Sterling Point.
It's not like a lot of the traditional YA 1 hour drama shows where it's just kind of like straight drama, straight plot. Like it's very character driven. It's as much a comedy as it is a drama in so many ways.
Her scripts are so funny and so poignant at the same time. They really have that like sweet spot kind of balance between the two things. There's always these sort of like concepts and themes that feel so relatable and so true to your own memories, but haven't really been expressed in that way before, you know? And I feel like that's so strong in both productions. And even though they're quite different, you know, in sort of genre and theory, they're also very connected in that way. Doing Mild Ass together gave us that opportunity on like a smaller scale to build up that trust and that shorthand. And so we can have a relatively, you know, short conversation about a set and like what she's trying to get out of it.
I worked with the same DP as well, Kristen Corral, and I think the three of us, we have such a great workflow. And Zazu is so detail oriented. Like every little detail is just always so specific and beautiful. And especially with Sterling Point, Zazu was able to bring in all these really cool like personal items that you had and things that like are really real that you don't notice, but they add so much to the texture and the feel of like what kind of blankets are usually on cottage bedding. Like everything was just so authentic. In Mild Ass, we didn't really name Muskoka. Like maybe the word was mentioned once, but it was made to sort of feel universally nostalgic, yet still specific to the region, I think. But with the show, we were actually able to name it and be like, this is Muskoka. This is what it's like. This is some of the actual, you know, conflict that's really happening in that region and what is real specifically to this place, which was really fun for me. And I'm sure like even more fun for Zazu to actually be able to pull that in a very real way.
And for me, like Muskoka has changed a lot in the last 30 years. And with Mild Ass, we really viewed Muskoka looking back with a sort of a more adult perspective and a sort of rose-colored glasses on everything, where Sterling Point is much more contemporary and really kind of highlights more the income differences that go on. For me, like a cottage more often than not has like plywood floors and like, you know, sand everywhere and like and dogs on the furniture, but like that's not everyone's kind of cottage experience in that way. So kind of being able to build out that world, you know, so, you know, getting to kind of go into Gordon's cottage, into Joe's house, into Little Gem, into the marina, into the houseboat, into the floating sauna. All of these spaces give you a nice broad spectrum of the different kinds of Muskoka that exist alongside each other, both the historic and the, you know, high-end contemporary. And yeah, and I feel like it has a good balance of both of those things. So in Sterling Point, we found this absolutely stunning historic cottage in Muskoka that we used for our exterior. And then we built the interior of it in studio. When the story starts, no one's been there in about 3 years. And the people that inhabited that place are kind of a mystery to Annie, our main character, when she first arrives, and she's really learning about her own, discovering her own family through this building. So there's a lot of character and clues and nostalgia built into the things that are put in there. So Megan and I had a lot of conversations about like who were those people and what the feeling was that we wanted to get out of that space.
And I think that does come across in the sets and the worlds. Like, you know, I don't know, like with each spot, it kind of, we just sort of leaned into, I think, the character first. And those details, like it, even whether the audience picks up on every single one or not, it really helps the performers, I have to say. Like it really felt lived in and old and full of history and mystery, which is so much of the show. And It's supposed to feel very much like a time capsule of the mom and sort of this place that is so important in different ways to the two of them and changes throughout the series. And it really elevates the performances because I think everybody felt that energy because it really was infused in there. And it didn't feel like you were just behind a flat. You really felt like you were in a real space. So the actors could truly disappear in it and do their best work, which is really special. I forgot half the time that we were not in the cottage. We were in there.
I'm so proud of all the work that our like massive team has done, and especially on all the set builds in studio. Joe's house is built in stage. The marina was built in stage. Little Gem is built in stage.
There's like a lot of scenes on this big wide porch, and that was all also on the soundstage.
Yeah. The porch and the facade of the house were lifted from the location and copied and built into the studio, and it looks absolutely real. The construction and scenic team just really killed it. I'm excited for people to like be able to kind of enter the world of Sterling Point and just find that like summer joy.
Not to be cliche, but it has felt like we've been on a bit of an island with it. You know, it's like your own world that like nobody else knows about. And I mean, I spent more time in the edit than I spent in production. You know, it's just, you've been sitting with it for so long. It's wild that the world's going to know about our special little project soon. Scary, but also exciting.